All right. Well, hi to Audrey. Glad you're here. We are going to slide for the last time for our drills for the last time in July. So if you have something to slide on, if your floor is shiny, you can use washcloths or socks. And if your floor is carpet, then any kind of paper product will do. I'm using paper plates. Tracy's here. Hi there. And who else we got? More people joining. Okay. While everyone's joining, let's get into our good posture. The sliding things can just hang out for a little bit while we warm up. Oh, we're also going to need a chair. So if you don't have one nearby and you want to run and get it, do that. Otherwise, let's get into some hip hurdles. Let's do it. Lisa's running again. Well, that's exciting. Let's go right here. Hip hurdles. So I want you to think about having good tension here. So imagine you're in the same feeling like you're doing a plank. Everything here is super still. Your feet are at your one foot that's on the ground is in awesome posture. And you are just keeping your good posture. My dog is looking at me right there. She is out of the screen. I don't know, she's being shy tonight. Doesn't want to be seen napping in front of everyone or something. All right, other side, go ahead. Let's just go for it. Same tension here, nice and tall. And shoulders rolled back. Good. All right. Hi, Cynthia. Glad you're here. All right. So we've got a good workout planned. It's some lunges, and then there's going to be some lunges. And then the third set will also have lunges. So if you're feeling like you were not in the mood for doing lunges, this would be a good time to pretend that your computer is having some issues and connectivity is bad. And then you could do some kind of thing in front of them. The camera and then just hang up. All right, let's move positions here. I mentioned we need a chair. That's why it's in there. So you know, for those of you who are joining us a little bit later, we're just getting side to side here. I want you to make sure, take a look, feet are facing forward. So when we're in this position, we're not out with our knee, but knee is facing forward, just like our eyes and hands. Good. Butt stays back. Coming up in the middle and then come on back over. See if you can really get your butt back. See how that feels. Hi, Cheryl and friend. Hi there. All right, glad you guys are here. All right, so we are going to need something to slide with tonight and a chair because the chair is up next. So if you don't have a chair or something, your bed would work, a couch, I will cue how to do it. Otherwise, let's grab that and we're going to do some hip glides. So the hip glide is just when we're going to come forward and back. We are keeping our back in line with our back leg. So as I come forward, so does my back. So you see, I'm not keeping up here where I'm bending. So if you don't have a chair, everyone go for it. I'm timing us 30 seconds on that side. You can do it in this half kneel position. This one is just a different way to do it. I'm showing you this because maybe you can do this when you're in a Zoom meeting, right? You can sort of pretend that you're really focused, but you're getting in some mobility here. We're just gliding through our hips, keeping our back steady. Nicely done. All right, 3, 2, let's switch to the other side. So if you're kneeling, just switch. If you've got your chair or your bed or whatever it is, then go for it. Just coming forward and back. Please, please, no lower back pain on this one. Your back is not moving at all. It's nice and long. You're feeling like a superstar. I mean, you are a superstar, so why not feel like that way, right? All right, good. And then we are going to move this also hips, but we're going to switch, have it backwards. So now, remember how we do this when we're on the ground, we have our glutes tight and then we move forward and back just a little bit. That's the same thing. So you can see my range of motion is barely any. If you're doing this on the ground, your glute is tight, locking in that pelvis, and then you're coming forward, just forward and back. You're getting a stretch through the hip and top of the quad. As runners, as sitting people, we are very tight here. Biking too, we're bent over in this position, so everything is tight. So we are using this position to help us, glutes tight here, to help us get in a stretch here. Hopefully everyone is warmed, feeling warmed. Kind of hard not to. I think everywhere in the country super hot. So here we go. All right, and 3, 2, switch back. I sent a text message to someone today and I got a text message back. They were in Iceland. Well, I was feeling a little bit jealous about that. Looked amazing. Anyway, funsies. Hopefully, if you're feeling hot, you can think about places with ice. All right, keep this going. Keep it nice and tall. Good. If you're kneeling on the floor, how we normally do these, that's great. We got 5 more seconds. And then we're going to switch this up. So if you're on the ground, child's pose. If you've got your chair, want you getting your fingertips and your hips as far apart from each other as possible. So if you're on the ground, same thing. You would just be down here, knees apart, hips and hands far apart. You're using your chair. That's great because you can engage sort of the back of your hamstrings for this one. And then pushing your chest down towards the ground as you get that nice long body. So fingers and hips far apart. Now think about, where is your head? If you're looking up, you're shortening your neck, right? So I want you looking down towards the ground, but your chin is not tucked in. I want you to have your spine just neutral. And so think about getting the top of your head as far from the back of your butt as possible. All right, and then that keeps us in neutral spine there. Think about getting really long. Let's just do 5 more seconds there. And then, sweet, we'll switch this up. Let's just get our hamstrings here. So 2 choices. One is the way we do them on the ground, where we pick our toe up, sort of saying hello with our hand, or you can get on the chair where you're coming forward. Same thing, toes coming towards you. But whichever way you're choosing, you're keeping all this length here. So you're not crumpling down. So all this length, and then chest pushes forward as you do that stretch. Good. All right, let's see it. Oh, beautiful. All right, this is looking good. Everyone is doing the work. Not that, why would you be here if you weren't? I mean, that was the dumbest thing I've said all day. No, there's probably some dumber things I've said today, but that was one of them. That was the top 3. I'm going for that one. All right. And 5 more seconds here. So just get a couple more. Okay. Chair plank. First things first, everyone join me getting your shoulders directly over your hands. So the first thing we're going to do is feel into this plank position where we have our glutes tight. And instead of being back here, right, you can see my shoulders and hands are not lined up. I want my shoulders directly over hands. You should feel this in your, all through your core. And then go ahead and lift one leg at a time. Really squeeze your glute. And then lower. Go at a pace that feels good for you, but I want you to lift. Really give it a good squeeze. And then lower. Keep this going. Checking every once in a while. If you can't feel it through your core, or if it feels like this is a weird position, or it's making you giggle. Well, if it's making you giggle, that's fine. But making sure you're not stressing your shoulders or your hands. So getting your shoulders right over your hands. If this hurts your wrists, you can absolutely do it in this low position. So your shoulders will be just over your elbows. So either way works. The idea is we're holding this plank position and engaging our glutes for 10 more seconds. Keep this up. Then we're going to do just one more thing on our chairs, and then we'll put them aside. All right, everyone, last thing on our chairs. So for those of you who've been doing this with me for a while, I want you on the lowest thing you can. We're going to do get-ups. So that's where we're just coming up, put both feet down to sit with both feet. This is the warm-up, right? We have ways to make this harder, but we're not going for as hard as possible. We just want to get up with one leg, put your foot down, sit with both, get back up. So if you're near a staircase and these are very easy for you, you can go to a lower step. If you are in a chair and these feel like they're hard enough, that's fine. You don't have to do it at the most challenging level since we're still in our warm-up phase. One thing I want you to be careful of, is use your whole foot, please. Don't get on the edge of your foot. So if you are feeling like, I'm falling over, so I'm getting on the edge of my foot, focus on keeping that big toe down. All right. Let's get in a couple more here. 10 more seconds. Make sure you got great posture. And breathe. Don't forget that one. I'm telling you so many things to do. Hopefully you're not forgetting to breathe. 3, 2. All right. So now to finish our warm up, 2 things on the ground, primitive planks and side planks. Let's do this. So the primitive plank is when we're in that hands and knees position. Go ahead and join me for that. Your toes are flipped under, so we're getting a good stretch. Your shoulders are directly over your hands. So now we're just in a good hands and knees position. Our toes are getting a little stretch. Now let's go ahead and lift our knees off the ground. Go for it. Lift your knees up off the ground. Feel a little bit of a tuck under through your pelvis. So just get a little bit of a tuck. So your back will not be perfectly extended. It'll just have like a mini little arch, but no saggy back, right? So I'd rather have your pelvis just tucked under and your back have a little arch in it than have it sag. 10 more seconds. We're doing this primitive plank here. Just getting our shoulders, abs warmed up, getting a little stretch through our toes. 3, 2, drop it down, side planks. All right, this is how we always end our warm up. So you know these. We are coming here. For some of you who haven't been doing this as long, if you are uncomfortable doing a side plank from this position, that is okay. You can do it from this position, getting the same effect here, feeling that. All right, so we're gonna start in 5 seconds. I want you to have your shoulder directly over your elbow. Here we go. Nice long body, shoulders stacked over the other shoulder. All right, let's see what's happening out there. Everyone's got, ooh, okay. There's some neck positioning we can do. Everyone get your, nice, Allison. Good, good. I mean, like, neck is not looking forward. You don't need to look down at your feet. You're good there. 5 more seconds. Want your neck in line with your body. 3, 2, good. All right, other side. And then we are warmed up. Okay, everybody ready? Let's do it. So if you are here, that's great. You can't hold 30 seconds. You can come up and down. You can hold from here, squeezing your glutes. See what that feels like, and not having your neck here, but back here. So keeping neck in line will make it easier. The more things that are coming in front of you, the more it's pulling you down, the more difficult it is. 5 more seconds, that's it. And then we are getting our sliders out. All right. Let's slide, people. All right. So my super happy whale plate sliders in for their last time here. So I will show you what we're doing while you get your sliders and a drink of water. So we are going to work on our inner thigh on this one. So we're going to come down. That's fine. That's easy, right? We can just drop down here. Nothing is, we are strong. The part that's going to be working is as we are pulling in, I want you to push that paper plate, okay, down into the ground, not giving yourself a cramp, not making it so you can't stand up tomorrow, but I want you to feel what that is like, whatever that is for you, that you're pushing down and you get that inner thigh working. All right, then the second thing we're doing is back slide. That's why I only need one. So we're going to get a back slide where we're coming down. Now, for some of you, you might feel like, oh, I can slide back and get to touch to the ground. For some of you, maybe you're going to come down, that's touch to your knee, whatever that is. Once you get it, you can go nice and slow. Or if you've got it, you can get it faster. So up to you. Let's get started with the side. We're going to get that good posture here. Everybody ready? All right, so we're going to step it out and then nice and slow, come on in, pushing down. This is where we're getting the work. This is the work. All right, and then come on back. Good. So just like we use the bands for our warm up, we get that outer thigh. This is the way to get the inner thighs. All right. When we have good balance, helps us have good tracking of our knees, try and avoid IT band issues. Not that any of you have problems with that, right? All right, other side, let's go. Switch your sliding side, nice tall, here we go. So drop it down. Remember, how much work you do is up to you. I can bring this leg back in with basically no work by barely touching to the ground. Or I can basically give myself a cramp by pushing it so hard that, ow, it's hurting. So they both look pretty similar. One is slower, but you choose how much work is on this. It's like choosing which weight you're using, right? All right, 5 more seconds. All right, done. Okay, switch your sliding side. So we're going to do that back slide. The key with the back slide is that you are going directly back, not back or back, collapsing. When you're thinking about coming back, nice and slow to a tap. Does not have to be the ground. Maybe you're tapping the middle of your chin. And then come on back up. You're on, I'm timing it. Go for it. Let's see it. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing a lot of concentration. I love that. Love it. That's what we're looking for. If you're not sure if your leg is coming directly back, you can stand, if you're using carpet, maybe you can use be right on the edge. You have hardwood floors, you can be also use one of those lines. And I know I don't like you doing this, but looking down to see if you're nailing it. All right, 3, 2, let's go to the other side. All right, here we go. Nice and slow back, getting to your tap spot and then pushing up. Good. Pushing up through the heel. Good. So we do step back lunges. We're going to do them later. We have lunges all over this workout. Those give you time off, right? In this one, notice there's basically no time off. So the slider sort of makes it so there's no breaks. All right, 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, nicely done. Okay, so we're going to go through one more time from the side pulls. And everyone's ready? Everyone's standing up tall. No one's slumped over in their bad posture from today. Good. No one has bad posture on this call, right? Yes, I saw Wendy go, whoop, nope, bad posture for me. Okay, here we go. Come on down, and the work is on the way in. Yes, good. Good. You decide how much work it is. Good. I didn't say this, but for anyone who doesn't have a sliding surface, if you're doing this outside, sorry, I'm slow to the game. You can absolutely use your bands and just work on outer thigh. That would work too. Or do some side lunges with us. And 3, 2, great. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Starting tall, good posture. Here we go. Nicely done. All right, instead of letting your chest come really far forward, think about sinking that butt back. Your chest might still come forward, right? Mine does. If they come down, it comes forward, but I'm not here. We don't want to end there. I want to end up here if we can. Obviously, your mobility is, everyone's mobility is different. 5 more seconds. All right, and done. Okay, last time, back slides. Back to the good posture. So when you're standing up tall, glutes are tight, shoulders are back, let's do it. Come on down to wherever you're touching and back up. Good. All right, don't get sick of lunges yet. I warned you. They're in every set. They're in our drill set. They're in our balance set. And they are in our power set. Good. 5 more seconds. And other side. Here we go. So the thing you will not see in the workout tonight is the long jump or broad jump. We do those pretty often with hip power. I just was watching the World Championships, the track championships in Eugene, and I just saw a clip of someone jumping 22 feet. So that is what the thing we're doing is what, 3 feet? I mean, it's not even the same sport. I know they get to run first, but that does not matter. Done. So we're not doing those because I have to have a moment with myself about it. All right, done with those drills. Get a drink of water. All right, so our balance set. We are going to, guess what? Do lunges. You were warned. All right, so we are going to work on a twisting motion where we're keeping balance and not letting our hips collapse. So we're going to step back into a lunge and then turn. So from the side, we'll step back into this lunge. So we're holding this good 90-90 position. Then I want you to turn fully sideways and back up. So when we're turned sideways, what is at risk here is that we can be collapsing with our hips both ways. So I want you to keep them steady where they are. You twist, it throws off your balance. Come on back up. All right. So we're going to do those on both sides. We're just going to go through it twice. So our balance set, we just have one thing tonight, just those lunges with a twist. So everyone get ready. All right, let's see it. Step it back, get into that twist position. Nice. All right, if this doesn't at least make you smile or giggle, it's totally fine. If this feels terrible, I see some people in this like whoop, whoop position, that's fine. Oh, did I say we're doing one side at a time? Hopefully everyone's doing one side at a time. If not, you'll figure out next time around, but one side, just whatever one side you're doing. We'll go to the other side in 5 seconds. Sorry about bad cueing there. And go right into the other side. Step it back. The first one of the other side might be real weird. So I know that in some yoga poses, you would change your footing to be to the side. I want you to keep your feet both pointing forward. So when you turn, it's awkward. Your foot wants to turn, your whole body wants to turn, but you're just like, Step it back, get all the way sideways. Come on back. Good. No one has fallen down yet, so we're winning. All right. We're going from harder balance to a little bit easier balance to the most balance, so then we get the power. So you'll see that 3, 2, 1. You'll see that when we get to the next level, we'll have it a hard lunge, but not as hard as this one. So this is our most rickety, folly over, wobbly one. Ready? Let's do it one more time. So step back one side. Here we go. Step it back. Twist. Other side. I mean, same side. Sorry, same side. Ha ha. Woo. Brain, it's getting too hot. I'm here. I'm good. Okay. Good. Keep this up. Yes. No one is doing this perfectly, and that is perfect. We're looking for that. If it was perfect, it would be too easy for you. Then you'd have to do something else, like close your eyes. All right, 3, 2, switch right to the other side. Good. I see everyone's having a little wobble at some point. That's great. We don't need to practice it. If we already can do it, no problem. Yes. All right. Might have a stronger side than the other. That's okay. Side for opportunity is what we call it. There is no bad side. There's just a good side and the side for opportunity. 5 more seconds. 3, 2. All right. Get a drink of water. I'm going to show you our main set tonight. So the main set, guess what? We're doing back lunges. We are going to do back lunges with overhead. So if you have a light weight, a lot of people have weights that are a little too light. You can use it. You do not have to. Weights are not required in this class. But if you have a light one, this is a good time. 5-10 pounds, have it overhead. And then we are balancing that as we come down and back up. So we're working on two things. One is keeping this arm from going wobbly all over the place or coming down here. So we're holding here, and that extra weight forces us to have our trunk fully engaged as we come down and back up. So that's the first thing. The second thing is squat thrusters. So if you have two light weights, you can use them for this one. Coming up onto our toes. So we're coming down and up onto our toes. If you have one sort of medium-sized weight, you could use that as well, coming down and up onto our toes. And then the last thing we're going to do is a sumo hold. So that's when we have our feet out, knees out. We're going to come down and we're just going to have a 15-second hold in this position, really just focusing on that inner thigh again. I'm sorry, you guys are definitely going to have a problem with the toilet tomorrow. Just getting up and down is going to be terrible, but hopefully not. All right, so first things first is that overhead back lunge. You can truly hold milk your cat if they're patient, whatever you want. All right, so come on up here. Here we go. Back lunge, nice and slow, and then right back up. So from the side, I'm getting my knee touching all the way down and back up. You do not have to. Once you're figuring out what is comfortable for you, and then coming back up. Good. Your arm should not be here, but here. So I want you to really think about getting your knuckles facing the ceiling, and your bicep is covering your ear. Good. And 5 more seconds. 3, 2, all right. And let's get to the other side. Ready? Let's do it. Here we go. So come on down. Good. I've been adding these to my athletes' repertoires lately. Heard a good, these were recommended by a PT for especially tall runners who had a strong core but had a hard time connecting from the core to the ankles and had poor ankle stability. So these help with that. So hopefully, if you're feeling like, whoa, I'm barely an athlete at all, then these are something you can add to your repertoire. If you feel like you can get 30 pounds up there, no problem. Good for you. All right, 5 more seconds. And nicely done. All right. So now we're coming for those thrusters. So again, you have weight and you want to use it, that's great. Otherwise, we're just going for coming down and up with that big arm movement, up basically onto the balls of our feet, really getting some power through these squats. We're going to do 30 seconds starting now. Let's go. Good. So you can go the pace I'm going, or you can stop and get them going slower. Up to you. Also depends if you're using weight or how much you've been doing this. If you've been doing this a lot, then you're ready, feel good. You should be able to get in a lot of reps, get them in fast. There's 5 more seconds. Keep this up. And good. All right. I promised those sumo holds. So if you would like to hold a weight, I wouldn't for this first one. We're going through this set 3 times. So let's do it together first. Then you can decide if you want to do this with a weight. But I want you to have your hips or feet a little more than hip distance apart. Your toes are pointed out so that your knees will point out. And then we're going to sink down and hold for 15 seconds. Here we go. So we're sinking down is part of it. And then once you get to the spot where you're like, that's about it, then you get to think about your life choices, what you're doing with yourself. These are the good life choices, right? Good. Just here for 3, 2, 1, push up. All right. So that's our set. That's our main set. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Get a drink of water and let's do it 2 more times. All right. So I am getting some good zucchini waffle stories and questions and emails and texts, which I love. If you don't know what I'm talking about, zucchini waffles, you did not read to the end of my email, which is totally fine, but you can go back to it. All right, let's get our weights up. Everybody ready? Let's do it. 30 seconds. Good. You are really thinking about good alignment. So we had our very wobbly back lunges with that twist. Now we've got the weight that's balancing up here, or just our hand is a weight up there. Really trying to keep everything still. Good. If you want to do balance, you could have something like a shoe balancing on your hand and you can't let it fall off. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's get to the other side. Everybody, oh, everyone's up there. Let's do it. Good. All right. So I know I kind of look like a zombie here and everyone else is doing that, but the positioning is really good. This other hand is a good counterbalance. Remember, knuckles are up to the ceiling. Good. We're in the last 5 seconds here. 3, 2, nicely done. All right. So this is where some lighter weights shine. I generally am I'm poo-pooing the light weights because we can lift so much more. But if you've got some lighter weights, that's great. We're gonna thrust them up with our squats. Everybody ready? Good posture. Weights are here if you've got them. Otherwise, let's just go down, up. Really get power up. At the top, your glutes are tight. Because if you're holding weights, you want to hold them when you have your glutes tight, so your back isn't arched and you're hurting yourself. All right, keep this going. Good. Reach for the sky. Up onto your toes, really going for it. Yes, I'm loving it. Zucchini waffle power. And done. Okay, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I sound like I'm insane. Sorry. All right. Feet out, knees out. If you did this last time and you're like, that didn't feel too hard, you can hold the weight up in this rack position or down below. You decide. Ready? Let's go for it. We're doing 15 seconds. They started already. So we're getting into the position that we can hold. Maybe you can get into an inch lower. See about it. I don't know. Another inch maybe. And 3, 2, good. All right, one more time through. Just one more time through. Well, and then of course there's our power set at the end, but we are going to get one more time through, back to those overhead lunges. So a lot of you have a small weight of some kind, or a shoe, or I don't know, art in your house, a vase, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and get started with arm up, good posture. Ready? Let's do it. All right. All right. So I love sharing with you guys my favorite things. In my email this week, I was sharing things I've heard and watched and listened to. And I'm hoping tonight, I asked for people to share some things with me, something back, whatever it is. So I'm giving you the opportunity tonight in the chat to share something that is a favorite right now, whatever that is. Favorite podcast, favorite TV show, recipe, PT move, exercise, run, person, whatever. So after this set, think about something and share it with us in the chat, and I'll read them out during our power set. All right, switch sides. Whew. Switching sides. So think about it. Then you don't have to email me something. You can just say it now. And the good ones or things that seem like we should share with everyone, maybe I'll put in the email. Otherwise, I'll just share on class. All right, everyone should feel like your arm is not sagging. Not should feel like, your arm should not be sagging. If the weight is getting close to your head, get it up to the ceiling with your knuckles facing up to the ceiling as well. If your knuckles are facing the wall, then your wrist is in a weird, funky position. So think about, just feel it, see what feels better. Should feel better if your knuckles are up. Good, and 3, 2, oh yeah, sweet. Okay. Everyone is very quiet right now thinking of their favorite things, right? Okay, let's do thrusters. They might not be that, but let's go for it. Come on down. If you don't have a weight, this is our last time. You can really go for it. If you have weights, it'll be slower, and that's okay. If you're going for it and you feel like, what have I done? You can take a pause anywhere you want, but makes sense after here before you go through again. All right, good. I see that cat thruster in Cheryl's house. The cat is very cool with that. All right, and done. You pulled it off. All right, but will the cat do the sumos with you? There you go. That one's easier. All right. Everyone has cats on our calls. I love it. All right. Everyone get into your hips, your feet wider than your hips position, feet out, knees out. Here we go. Come on down, get into your position. All right. Come on, kitties, comply. All right. We are in, we're locked and loaded. Maybe you're feeling like, why am I here? Great. Just think about something else for 5 seconds. Think about, I don't know, watermelon, salad, zucchini. Let's go. Okay, those were the first words that came into my brain. My brain is broken. All right. So if you have some favorite things, please put them in the chat, because I am thinking of nothing except garbage. All right. So our last set, we've got power here. So we're doing 2 things, jumping lunges, because that's how we're doing our power lunge. So jumping lunges here. We are not going to do them for very long because we've done about 1,000 lunges already. So we're going to do 15 seconds because then they're going to be awesome. If you are not jumping, you can do front lunges because we haven't done those yet. So you won't get in very many. That's okay. Coming forward and right back to the center. If you're jumping, you'll do jumping lunges with us. The second thing we're doing, we're alternating between that and a power plank. A power plank is just like a regular plank, except instead of being all casual and loose, you are going to be really tight with all of your muscles. So I want you to think about, imagine that someone comes into your house and they're going to knock you over. You are going to tense up everything and hold super tight. This is not a plank that you could hold for a minute, right? A lot of you can hold a plank for a pretty long time. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for every muscle to be tensed and no one could push you over. For those of you who are working out together, test each other out. So they're just going to last for 15 seconds. Someone should be able to come and really push on your hips, push on your knees, and you are not going over at all. So if you don't have someone around, just imagine it and you got there. So let's go through. We're going to do it 4 times because these are quick. But we'll start with the jumping lunges. I see that there's some people putting in some favorite things. Thank you. Let's go. 15 seconds. Here we go. Jumping lunge. Nice. All right. If you're not jumping, that's totally fine. Coming into that front lunge. So we change it up because a million lunges today. 3, 2, nicely done. All right. If you were falling over during those jumping lunges, which is fine, you're feeling like, okay, it's because I'm tired, then do the front lunges instead. All right, for those of you, not for those of you, everyone into the plank position. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna have 5 seconds where we're just in a totally casual low plank, and then I'll say go, and that's when the power plank starts. All right, here we go. Casual plank, low plank, everyone's in it, just chilling out, and go. Power, this is where someone is coming. They're gonna try and knock you down. They're pushing you over. I would come there and just knock you down with my leg, but you would say, no chance. 3, 2, relax. All right. So that should not feel the same as one of your regular planks, right? That is your whole body tensing everywhere, is giving it all you've got. All right. Everybody ready for second time through? All right, we are doing jumping lunges. We're going to start in 10 seconds. So everyone is up, have some air. All right, we're going in 3, 2, let's do it. Good. This is where our power comes from, our good arm movement, hips pop. Good. 3, 2, yes. Nicely done. All right. There's still time for favorite things. All right, Tracy said watermelon feta mint salad. Yeah, maybe I jogged your memory saying watermelon. Favorite things, favorite bug spray is Badger's brand. That's good to know. All right, getting down into your plank, 5 seconds, casual plank, really chill. You're just hanging out, like no big deal. But now go for it, power position. Really, everything's tense and tight. Imagine I'm there and I am nicely pushing you over. Maybe not so nicely. I mean, I would be kind and knock on the door first and then ask permission, but then I would really go for it. 3, 2, nicely done. All right, 2 more rounds of that one. 2 more rounds. All right. So for those of you who have someone with you, you have to sacrifice one, or after the workout, you have to try it and see if the other person can knock you down. All right, so we're gonna get started. Round number 3 out of 4 in 5 seconds. Going in 3, 2, here we go. All right, 5 seconds down, 15 seconds is quick. But again, if you're falling over, stop, just take a break or do the forward lunges. 3, 2, nicely done. All right. Okay, I have not heard of Badger's brand bug spray, but thank you for sharing that one. Cheryl says, Tofu Bandit, the Power Lift Kitty. That sounds like something I'm gonna have to Google or have more information about because it sounds amazing. Oh, Tofu Bandit is your kitty, I'm guessing. Never mind. All right, yes, I got it. All right, back to your casual planks, everyone. Into those casual planks. 3, 2, power plank. Hold tight, hold tight. Good, squeeze tight. I'm coming over. No wind is knocking you down. 3, 2, good. All right, and just like that, we've got one more round. Okay, another favorite one. Favorite mood maker is listening to Harry's House, imagining Sir Styles is singing to me. Love it. Oh, Wendy is saying the series Alone about wilderness survival. Okay, I watched Alone, the one where they had to survive in the Arctic. That was amazing. So I recommend as well. Let's get going. Final thing, jumping lunges. If you are falling over or feeling tired, just take a 15-second break with us. Let's go. If you're going for it, do it. If you're feeling like your reps are starting to go sour, just hang out. It's just 15 seconds. You can do it. You can rest. And 3, 2, great work. All right, power planks. The last thing we're gonna do, and then when the power planks are done, you get to roll onto your back and we will do our cool down on the ground. But everyone go ahead into your plank position. Everyone's in chill plank mode, like I'm gonna have you hold it for a long time. We got 5 seconds until the power planks are engaged in 3, 2, do it. All right. Yeah, Cheryl's not getting knocked down. I see that. You're gonna have to work a little harder. Yes. All right, Audrey said crop tops, love that. Okay, 5 more seconds to hold that power plank. And Cheryl did not go down and neither did you guys. Nicely done. Awesome work, everybody. So you're on the ground already. Perfect. Perfect way to end a workout. All right, so you can have a seat. So sitting up, please. And let's get into a figure 4 position. So you can do it seated here. So what we're trying to do is make sure we get our back nice and long. Nicely done, everybody. Good workout. So many lunges. For those of you who haven't done lots of workouts lately, I apologize for how your inner thighs might feel tomorrow. And I'm accepting emails of the disappointment from your legs. All right. So getting in some good deep breaths. Back is nice and long. Shoulders are back. Good posture from start to finish. Hey, if this is our 45 minutes of best posture today, that's great. I'm happy to help with that one. All right, everyone switch sides, I hope. We're just getting into that good position here. Keeping your back still, just how it was. All right, this should feel good. If it doesn't, you can absolutely switch into something that feels better. But then let's go ahead and switch into some movement here. Let's just get in some windshield wipers. Now, if it feels good to come all the way down, do that. If it feels good to just come part way down, do that. If it feels good to come forward as you do it, that will get a little more range of motion through your hips. So do it. If you can do it without your hands, well, party trick, and now you can hold your cat or whatever. Tofu, the powerlifting super cat, and Happy the cat, and so many kitties. Love it. All right. Well, that was all the favorite things. Thank you guys for sharing. And go ahead and lay on your back, giving yourself a big hug through your knees. This is it. The final thing. This should feel really good on your back. You can roll it around, side to side, back and forth. Sort of like giving yourself a back massage. You get that good pelvic position as you do the hug. Get in a couple deep breaths. And then you are done. Hey, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for retreating to your basement or